All right, Sean. We're back. We've been away for a little bit for a minute.
Keep him busy.
Sorry guys for not talking to you guys, but at least we were able to get to the earnings season, which we talked about before. Waiting to see some numbers.
Yeah, getting pretty excited to see some.
Of course, the numbers are. I don't want to say they're kind of irrelevant, but they kind of are irrelevant given the recession we're in, and we're going to continue to be in. Jerome Powell, we haven't talked about the rates since you've been on, but he just seems to be increasing the rates. So yeah,
I think I've heard the folks on the financial news say we've never hit a market bottom as long as the Fed is raising rates. And I think it's just as long as the rates keep going up, it's just going to weigh down equities and asset prices in general.
Yeah. Although a lot of what these funds are trying to do is they're trying to catch the bottom, right? They're trying to catch the bottom, and they're trying to guess the last rate increase. So right now they're saying that we're gonna get the last rate increase within a month or two. Personally, I don't believe that. I think they're scared. I think they really are scared, and I think they don't want to keep the money parked in nowhere land. So they want to be able to put it into the stocks that they believe.
Well, especially with inflation, what it is.
Yeah,
you got to do something with it.
Yeah. So yeah, they're getting out of the bond market, trying to put it back to the stocks that they like. They get a little excited, but at the same time, they see that everything starts selling again. And
do you think that explains these relief rallies we keep seeing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, also,
yeah,
every 2 weeks, these Wall Street guys convince themselves that that the Fed's going to pivot and start cutting rates. I don't know where this comes from.
I think it's just general optimism between the guys that they're talking to. They're all doing the same thing. They want to act like they're the smartest. They are the smartest guys in the room, obviously, but they're just talking to the same guys in the room. So they're all in the same room, and they all want to be optimistic. So because they have that money that's ready to be parked, and they hate when they park it, and then it keeps on going down, and then they freak out, and they're like, "Oh, maybe we should buy bonds again," and they just no, it has to give. One of the sectors that we hope will benefit even in the downturn is the electric sector, the charging market. We know that Biden passed that bill,
Inflation Reduction Act, right?
Yeah, and he doing, I don't know, I think it was like 30+ billion to help with the infrastructure of all the chargers. So that's good. We have the Romano Pascali from Chargepoint leading the group of chargers made up of different companies. So you're going to continue to hear us talk about it. I know Sean loves Chargepoint. It's one of these dice rolls.
Elaine Chow's on the board.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me right now, that Elaine Chow. For those of you who don't know who she is, I don't know if you guys know who Mitch McConnell is. He's still the majority or the minority
Senate minority leader.
Yeah, he was the majority leader for a long while. He's the leader of the Republican senators. Google him, you'll be able to find him easily. It's his wife.
She was transportation secretary under Trump.
Yeah, so it's smart for Chargepoint to give her. I'm sure they give her
a seat options, at the table.
Right?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
So
it brings a lot of credibility. They have a lot of political clout at Chargepoint. I think that and they have the biggest footprint in the market in the North American and European markets for charging.
Yeah. This is one of those where I mean, to be honest, I don't mind it just staying like that until it continues to go up. Like I don't mind it at this price. Just keep on pumping money in there for the next 2 years, and then all of a sudden, hopefully, it shoots up to 1,000.
The problem is Chargepoint and the other companies we're going to talk about, BLNK, EVGO, Plug, none of them are profitable yet. We're still in the really early growth phase for these companies. They're taking out a lot of debt. They're issuing a lot of shares, raising a lot of capital, which is good. They're growing, but they're not making money yet. None of them are.
No, but we have to keep in mind that I think Tesla just makes like a penny. I think they just became profitable. I know Amazon wasn't profitable even when they were worth 500 billion or something. So as long as they show that they can continue to make money, not profit yet, just bring money in.
Well, that's the thing, and that's what I like about ChargePoint. I mean, if you look at their numbers year over year, every quarter for the last year and a half, I think they're up like 100% every quarter.
Every quarter, yeah.
Not every quarter, but year over year.
Yeah.
Each quarter
Yeah,
from
year
third
over year.
quarter of 2021 to third quarter of 2022, they're expecting to be up 100%.
Yeah.
And it was the same in second quarter, first, and going back. And I like that. Obviously, investors want to see that. They are bringing money in, but they're spending a lot too.
Yeah, I don't mind them spending growing their infrastructure, and that's true for all the companies. Will they all hit? No, not all of them will hit. Our job is just to sprinkle it, and just hopefully one or two hit, one or two stick around. So why don't we just go ahead and start talking about it? So yeah, ChargePoint, they're coming with their earnings sometime in the next week or two, right?
Yeah, it should be anytime now.
Okay. Again, it doesn't matter to me.
I think they're anticipating revenues being up 93% was what I read. And it's
year.
about that. Yeah. From last time around, it was about 93%.
Yeah.
So they're hanging in that, again, this is 93%, not from second
So
quarter.
it would be from October. So it should be close to 120 mil. So yeah, we should be 120 mil. These numbers are still going to be about the same.
They're going to be negative. Probably actually their EPS is probably going to go down because they've spent so much money.
And Romano Pasquale, he's Pasquale Romano, he's been honest about that. He says, you know, we keep on spending money and he's going to continue to do that. They're trying to grow. One of the rumors that I've heard is that you're trying to be like the Airbnbs and the Ubers, where they're going to allow consumers to literally place a ChargePoint charging station in front of their house and make money off that.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that yet.
Yeah, because not everybody has a house, right?
Yeah, no. What do you do when you're in an apartment? I mean, that's the whole draw of ChargePoint. And
so yeah, I mean, if I had a house and with a lot of land, then yeah, you would just set up like 10 chargers there and like, let me charge your car at my house.
Wow.
So yeah, ChargePoints, we're gonna keep on looking at it. We've been following forever. The one that I do like as far as like charging stations goes is EVGO. They're super fast. They're way faster than ChargePoints and Blinks. They're these fat charging stations. They're more like in the richer part of towns. They're expensive units. They push out, for those of you who have chargers or cars, they push out 200 kilowatts, which charges your car within like half an hour to an hour.
Is that how much faster is that than like a ChargePoint?
300 times faster, or 300% faster, but 3 times faster. And like a smaller ChargePoint unit, like a smaller one. These are the ones. The first two are the ones that you see mostly. You rarely see these bigger ones on ChargePoint.
Are those the ones that go fast?
These are the ones that you get roughly around 30 miles an hour. So you're gonna have to be there a long time just to get 30 to 50 miles an hour.
Out of a charge.
Yeah, so you have to
That's
be there
pretty
like,
slow. Is this on the far right? Is that a residential? Like you put that in your garage?
No, I think it's one of these. I think this one's a residential one, a smaller one. So pumps out like 5-10 miles. Literally, it's just a charger. Like
just plug it in overnight.
Like like an outlet. So 10-15 miles per hour.
So what's the difference? So what do you get with the EVGO? Because I know you have your fully electric.
You get a fatter charger.
More expensive, I assume.
No, same price.
Oh wow.
Well, because the chargers, they don't charge you for the speed, right? They charge you for the output. So they're going to charge you the same whether you're pumping 30 kilowatts or 100 kilowatts. I mean, eventually it ends up being the same. So they're charging you for the output.
Yeah.
Like I just
gave
you 100 kilowatts of energy. Yeah, exactly. It's just faster. So, yeah, for those of you that don't have electric cars, it ends up being like 50 miles for every $5 For $5 of energy, you're getting like 50 miles. So back then it was like an equivalent of a Prius, but gas is going up now. So you're still getting better gas mileage than a Prius per
Well,
dollar.
Oh, I
So-
see.
So yeah, EVGO, the numbers aren't as big. It is a smaller company. Like if you look at how much is Chargepoint worth, 5 billion. This is almost 2 billion. So it's half. And this is where somebody like Sean loves Chargepoint because it's double. Well, how come this number is not double, right? Why isn't this 20? Why isn't this 50 million? If Chargepoint was pulling in 100 million in June, why aren't they pulling in 50 million if they're only half the market cap? So that's why I think you like Chargepoint, because they're bringing in a lot of money,
A lot of money.
10 times more than EVGO, and EVGO is only valued 50% less and market cap wise goes. So, but I love EVGO.
I mean,
love
look at that
Charge-
operating income. Cash is down a lot. That's a problem. I mean, it's just, I get it. It's the early growth stage.
Yeah.
But you may notice from when we were looking at ChargePoint founded in 2011.
They have a lot of cash, so this is not accurate. It just says like they were.
Go to June. Far left. So, okay.
So it's not accurate.
Everything's way down.
Yeah. But like right here, this is one that like
It's
those are S-packs, and as you know, with S-packs, they come in with a bunch of billions, and then just like, all right, cool, you're a listed billionaire company,
yeah.
and it's just up to these guys to
Well, and
spend
that's what I mean though. If you go after these unprofitable companies with the crazy valuations we had over the past 2 years with, the meme stocks and SPACs and everything, it just doesn't justify the market cap that you're seeing on these companies because they're not even profitable.
But again,
But
yeah.
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, this is where you've been reading too many baby boomer books. Yeah, I'm sure Charlie Munger would not want to buy any. He probably still wants to invest in carriages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So absolutely, none of this makes sense.
Yeah.
You're not going to disagree with you, but again, we're here to catch the next Tesla, the next Netflix, like the next Amazon, the companies that were making anything those companies have been around for 20 years, like the Amazons. They just started making money 3 years ago. So for 15 plus years, they didn't make any money.
And that's true, but like how many of us want to sit on our cash for 15 years? We want to do something with it. We have goals. We want to invest. We want to buy property.
They kept on going up though. They didn't go from zero. Amazon 3 years ago was worth, like I told you, 500 billion. So yeah, it's not you have it parked. You have it parked in the Amazon. If you had it parked in 20 years ago, you're looking at what, 50 times returns? Like,
it's true, but like this was always my biggest critic of some of the value investing, like Warren Buffett style, like buy Coca-Cola and then just don't ever sell it, and then you'll never pay any tax. And look how high it's gone up in the last 40 years. It's like, but Warren Buffett's a billionaire and he can afford to just sit on his Coca-Cola and not cash it in. Most normal people can't do that.
Yeah.
For 40 years,
No,
somebody's going to want to buy a house or get married or send a kid to college or something.
But
it's just not realistic.
We still have time. We still have time with EVGO. We still have time with Chargepoint.
I know, but that's my point is that how many people are going to realistically wait that out? If it's in like your retirement, your 401k, your IRA, maybe, sure. But I don't know.
Yeah, no, but they have time. The people we're trying to talk to have time. This is not, you're not going to buy Chargepoint if you're 60 years old.
No.
You're also not going to listen to us because 90% of the stuff we say is for long-term goals. It's for the year 2030, 2040, 2050.
And that's why I like Chargepoint the best, because I see the most movement from them. I know they're not profitable yet, but I see their revenues way, way up every quarter, every year. And with all this money coming in from, Inflation Reduction Act, people pushing the charging infrastructure, people in the government. I think they're the most well connected, and I see the best revenues and the biggest footprint in the market. That's why I like ChargePoint personally, but I like what they're all doing. Yeah, let's take a look at Blink.
So Blink's actually cheaper or lesser market cap.
A lot
than
less.
EVGO, 786. But they're bringing in money. 11 million.
Yeah, and look at that revenue year over year.
7, 9, 11.
Oh, you're talking big gains, bigger gains than ChargePoint year over year. So that's good.
One of those penny stocks. It was $1 not too long ago and just shot up 23 times, 26
Yeah,
times.
but all these
And then went back
companies
down.
had that.
So-
And honestly, though, that looks like it has room to go down more. I mean, as we were saying earlier, you know,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
the interest rates are gonna keep weighing on assets. And
Yeah, no. So I think with these, so you're gonna have your charging sector money, right? You have it, I have it. It's not gonna be 100%. Say it's 30, but it is pretty high. Say it's 20% of your portfolio. Out of that 20%, 100% of that, the 100% of the 20%, you're probably gonna have 50% on Chargepoint.
sure,
And then what you want to do is probably sprinkle the remaining 50% on these other companies, Blink, EVGO.
what about Plug? I haven't looked at Plug yet. Pull them up.
So they're more like the hydrogen based.
What does that mean?
Like that's what Elon Musk wants to do next. He's already over the electricity.
Oh, really?
He wants to do hydrogen. So yeah, they're more, you know, separating the water, not the oxygen out of the water, powering cars that way.
Interesting.
So
That seems like a long play. I mean,
yeah, energy wise, right?
more so than even the other charging.
Because well, that's part of like it's a head scratcher. It's like if Elon Musk wanted to clean up the world, then he realized, or people realize that it takes more energy to power a car than power a car with gas, like power a car with electrical, than with gas. Like if you're killing the environment more by using battery.
Well, it's true. I mean, and this is something, they are clean cars, these electric cars, but let's not forget where the electricity comes from.
Yeah.
It's not
Saudi
it's not all coming from rainbows and sunshine, you know what I mean? It's coming from coal, it's
Yeah.
coming from gas and
Transport,
oil.
yeah.
They got to burn it somehow and turn it into electricity. And we are in a transitionary period in this country and in the world, really, where we are transitioning off of fossil fuels. And that will happen, I believe, but not anytime soon. We're talking like, I mean, in the next 100 years, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
The powers that be aren't going to give up their money so easily. You know, oil companies, they're not going to do that. But at the same time, there's just so much infrastructure, airplanes, I mean, vehicles, and it's just a long market lag before this kind of catches up.
Trillions of dollars are going to be spent until then.
And a lot of the electricity does come from not green places, so people don't realize that. But the market has to catch up, and we'll get there. But
although Elon wants to say that we could build enough solar panel set. Like he says, it's super small, like the size of LA or something like that. Super small area that
out in Utah or in Nevada,
that could power the entire country.
That's pretty crazy, and we would obviously love to see that. But the problem is, well, we're digressing a little bit, but the electrical grid isn't really intended to handle that kind of power. It doesn't store it well.
No,
and that's the problem that we really have, is keep it constant power. You know, you're not always going to get constant solar. You're not going to get constant wind, all these renewables. And that's why it's going to take a long time to transition off of them, because they're inconsistent and the grid isn't well equipped to deal with the power when it comes in bulk. And when we have a lot of sun and a lot of wind, we can't really capture it and then reuse it. So we end up still using dirty technology to power clean cars. I think that's how this digression started. It's talking about that, but
so yeah, Plug Power. I remember following this 5 years ago. Yeah, $1 penny stock. from dollar to all the way to 61 or 65, and it's worth 2 charge points. So it's in double the size of charge point.
In market cap.
Market cap. Bringing a little more than charge point. So yeah, this is one where I'm gonna continue to look at it. I didn't like it when it was a 61. I knew it was too high.
Well,
And I think we were between 15 and 25.
what do you think plug versus Chargepoint?
No, I think ChargePoint still has way more room to grow.
Yeah.
My fear with ChargePoint, like I told you before, is that somebody's gonna come in and buy it. Somebody's gonna come in and buy it like at $40, and there goes our hopes of it hitting $100.
You don't think it's more likely that Chargepoint will buy Blink?
No, I think it's more likely like Ford will come in and buy ChargePoint.
Mm.
So, because a lot of these car companies already have Volkswagen has Electrify America, which is another one we put up for you guys. This is the one that I actually have a Volkswagen car. And they're doing a really good job of building them. And actually just, I think it just IPO'd or it's gonna IPO.
It's privately held.
Yeah, it's owned by Volkswagen, but it's in a pre-IPO. It's a pre-IPO phase right now. So we're gonna continue to look out for this one. It's surprising for me because it's owned by, I guess it's kind of like any other stock, I guess, that from a bigger company that just wants to capitalize on the frenzy of IPOs.
Yeah, but doesn't this broader conversation though beg the question of market saturation for these charging companies? Like,
No,
how much are you gonna make?
you need them.
I know we need them, but are we gonna be divided if we, let's say, go all in on any one of these? There's so much competition and saturation in the market. We need them. And the other issue being, of course, that the infrastructure needs to be built out before the wider adoption of electric cars by the broader population. So there's going to be a period where we have to build out all these chargers and people aren't using them because we're still waiting for the broader population to adopt electric cars.
Mm-hmm.
And that coupled with the market saturation, what do you think about that in the coming 5 years, let's say?
I don't think there's gonna be enough chargers still. Like even now, like I know you guys don't have. I don't know if you guys do or not, but for myself, I can't even go charge my car during the day. Like it's at that point right now. Like I don't even like bother going to go charge it. It just doesn't. I have to make time in the morning, either super early or super late night, like it is now, to go maybe find a charger.
Why is it filled up?
Yeah, because everybody has, all the major car companies now all have cars out already. All of them do, and they're all using every single one. And everything, you're not limited. So they all this is like the Android phone, right? Where like Apple makes you can only use Apple chargers. So this is more like the Android network where you can use the charger on everything but a Tesla.
Oh yeah.
So Tesla always has like their own little plugins that you can't really use Tesla. You can't go charge somewhere unless it's like a Tesla supercharger, as far as I believe. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section. But
yeah, let us know your experience with electric vehicles and your chargers. I've been watching my boy Aldo here, learning from him.
Yeah, it's
waiting to pick up mine.
It's great because I was just trying to run my dad's truck around for about a week, and I don't know how you guys are doing it, paying for gas.
Oh, it's crazy. I know. I have my old pickup right now, and it cost over $100 to fill up my Chevy the other day.
I don't know how you guys do it, and it's just like you think about going to a store. Like, do I really need that right now?
Yeah,
it's not going to cost me $5. It's going to cost me $10. So I know. So I love it. I love it. The people fortunately love it too because they're filling up the charging stations. So
exciting industry to see what happens here in the coming years.
Yeah. We're gonna continue to talk about it. It's gonna be on our portfolio of at least 20%. Later on, I do plan to show you guys our large portfolio, which by large I mean small. But yeah, we'll grow together. Hopefully,
Yeah.
in 20 years we'll have 6, 7 zeros on that. So, all right, guys, see you guys have a good night
All right.
or good morning. I don't know what time you guys are watching it.